Hello, a good day everybody, and welcome to another episode of Market Watch. My name is Ranu De Silva.
Hi, I'm Shadir Jannat.
Today we are going to discuss about the market. And Shadir, by the way, I've seen a lot of activity happening in the market in the past couple of days, and I've seen a big movement. I mean, how is the foreign flows? What are your thoughts on the market at the moment, Shadir?
Ranu, if I can give you a brief on the year-to-date market performance.
Right.
Let's start with that. Year-to-date performance stands at negative 1.42.
Right.
And compared, 2016 performance, overall performance is negative 9.3. So if we talk about the turnover levels, average turnover per day is 608 million so far. And last year for the same period, if you see, it was 751 million average turnover levels. So total turnover so far is approximately around 11 billion.
Right.
So if we talk about the foreign flows, Ranu, now it stands at a net outflow of 1.7 billion.
Okay.
So this foreign outflow is still there. We can see some with the rate hike, US rate hike.
Yeah.
For the funds are flowing that side, and we can see this foreign outflow is still continuing.
Right. So Shadi, we can assume that this capital flight is still continuing to happen to what we see in the in terms of the stock market wise.
Well, not sure, Ranu, because with the developments in the US market, we can see Trump coming into action. And a lot of uncertainties there. And I think there is some interest toward the emerging markets also. So there is a mixed view. But at the moment, we see some with regard to the Colombo Stock Exchange, we see some continuous outflow. The year-to-date outflow stands at 1.7 billion LKR. Anyway, just also I would like to touch on the top gainers year-to-date. If we see Melstar Corp, it has gained about 10%. Year-to-date performance, and also Chevron Lubricant, Dialog, and Ceylon Bank among the top contributors to the ASPI year-to-date. If I can slightly give you the gains on them, Lubricant performed 4% and Dialog on 1%. Again, Ceylon Bank around 6%. But Melstar Corp is among the top. We can see a 10% performance year-to-date. And I think, Ranu, we have some earnings updates also.
Definitely, Shadir, I've seen the earnings come out also, especially for 3 Acre Farms, Grain Elevators and Bahira. Again, on the consumption side, I think overall, as I've been expecting, last year consumption was good. People had a pretty much of a positive outlook in terms of consumption. So that has been really reflecting in terms of the past results on the companies. And if you look at 3 Acre Farms, for example, you've seen a 19% growth in revenue, and they've recorded 713 million in revenue numbers, and for the quarter ended, that is actually. And if you see, the company record 22% growth in revenue and posted 2.54 billion for the year. Top line gross profit margins also have improved. I'm seeing 39%. I'm very happy to see those numbers coming up in terms of 3 Acre Farms. And if you look at, that's an improvement definitely from 37% if you compare to the previous year. And if you look at the profit for the year has increased by 38%, and they've posted 758.9 million. For the year. And if you look at Ceylon Grain Elevators as well, they've recorded 3.07 billion revenue for fourth quarter, which is however a little bit of reduction compared to the corresponding quarter of the previous year. However, for financial year 2016, the company has posted revenue of 14.5 billion, which is a 6% year-on-year improvement, Shadi, if you look at that. And top line gross profit margins again has improved to 16% from 13% in the previous year. Company has posted 1.6 billion for financial year 2016, which is a 37% improvement compared to the previous year. Shadi, altogether, especially within these, the improvements have come, especially with the high prices and the better margins as well, which have actually contributed. High prices, again, the production was good, consumption was going up, so we saw a very good in terms of the numbers also reflecting that, especially for these two companies. And another hot, not a hot, but another company, especially within the the consumer related, again, as also food and beverage, which will be Bahira Farms. They posted impressive financial results, which is about 3.25 billion revenue. It's 11% growth for third quarter financial year 2016-17, and it's 11% increase, Shadi, from the previous year same quarter. This is in line with the consumption drive again. again, Shadi, like I was mentioning over and over again, especially you see these companies are doing well. So my expectation is this will be carrying forward for the next year. But again, we'll have to be wary about the current taxation in terms of the taxation coming in and inflation coming up. We see a bit of a slowdown in those consumption numbers that are coming out. But again, if you look at specifically about Bahira Farms, the cost of raw materials have resulted in the low cost of raw materials have resulted in a gross profit margin improvement to 31% from 25% in the previous year's same corresponding quarter. The bottom line, Shadi, profit for the period is a 36% improvement, and they posted 615.6 million in profits for the year. So yeah, in terms of the consumption side, like I said again, it has been very good, and these companies posted decent results, and I'm quite happy to see them. So they have also seen that TJL and in the manufacturing sector. I mean, what are your thoughts on that? I think TJL, what do you think about this?
Yeah, TJL, they have also released their earnings update. Ranu, I think their third quarter financial year 2017 reported revenue 13.8% increase in its revenue, growth in revenue, and the quarter margins were affected mainly due to I think products mix, increased overheads, and raw material input pricing.
Right.
Okay. So gross profit declined by 14.8%, and net profits declined by 29.6%. Anyway, the net profit decline was mainly due to the lapse of their tax holiday of the company, which saw the tax obligation increasing, and reported EPS for the quarter declined by 33 to 0.68 LKR EPS. Anyway, TJL 2016 price performance for the last year was 20%. Very quite impressive stock with the performance we can see. And anyway, so far year-to-date performance stands at a negative 4.2. So I think with the GSP Plus hot news coming up ahead, and with these developments, quite interesting stuff to
true. And also I think Shadi, on tonight to that again with Donald Trump, President of the US, also not so favorable about TPP, and also he's mentioned that he's going to be out of it. I think he has already taken steps for that. I think we are also to benefit from that because some of our competing countries would be Vietnam and countries like that, Cambodia, so which we might also benefit. So I think it's a hot news. I think there might be quite an interest on that counter going forward, I think. Shadi, also want to touch on to that John Keells has also published their results. It's pretty interesting. I've seen a good increase in the top lines again, majorly contributed by the consumer food and retail, again with cold stores providing that comfort there again for the company, and a good growth with the consumption drive coming in the previous year. I mean, I've seen a revenue contribution of 42% for the company through the consumer food and retail, and also revenue growth has been about 26%. That's very impressive in terms of that. If you look at the overall group, then the net profits are up by about 18%, and they've recorded 12.4 billion for 9 months ended their results. And if you look at profitability, was backed by healthy performance not only in the consumer food but also transport, leisure, IT and financial services again have contributed as well towards this. And if you look at the overall top line, gross profit margins have slightly improved to about 30% from 29%. It's just a 100 basis point movement, but again that is definitely a benefiting factor. If you look at the profits, they've recorded like I said, it's an 80% growth, and they've really done well, and that the 12.45 billion will definitely be adding up when you come on to the fourth quarter as well. And I see this company doing well as expected going forward. So Shadi, that's the roundup for JKH as well, and I'm very positive about in terms of JKH coming with the numbers, the transportation, the IT services, as well as financial services as well. So Shadi, in terms of the market again, how do you look at the technicals? You are our technical expert as well, and how do you see the technicals for the market going forward?
Yes, Ranu, currently the sentiment seems a little bit dull. You can see with the overall market, from a technical perspective, because we see the market is still hovering at its oversold region. Even latest RSI daily RSI stands at 35, which is closer to its oversold level. Anyway, it's neutral. But during March 2016, we saw the same support and resistance sentiment for the index at this level. So we feel this is a quite kind of a emotional level for the index.
Okay.
So from a sentimental angle.
Right.
So we feel this anyway, for talking about supports, from 6095 to 6038 levels will be a key support region for the stock. I mean, if it breaks these support levels, we can expect the market to go back to 5800 levels.
Wow.
And talking about the upside, the resistance, we feel 6210 to 250 region to be at a medium term resistance at the moment.
Right.
If market can penetrate above this level, another sentiment break we can see above this breakout momentum.
Right.
Anyway, also want to touch on the moving average levels, where it's currently below its 200-day moving average. It's trading below this moving average since November 2016. So we can see the momentum where market is still having since November 2016.
Right.
Where if we can see a momentum breakout above this moving average level and this key resistance of 6210 to 250 with all these sentiments, we can see a turnaround in the market, Ranu.
Okay, Shadi. So I mean, you're telling me it's below its moving average. So is historically looking at this, Shadi, do you think that it could be a turnaround at this point itself? Is that something that we can see?
Well, yeah, we with this we need the sentiment to boost the market. I mean, but so far we see quite a good support at this level. So considering the support in order to consider the upside movement, we should clearly break these levels what we talked about.
Right, wonderful. Thank you very much, Shadi. And that is the roundup, everybody. Thank you very much for tuning in to another episode of Market Watch. Everybody have a good day and bye-bye.